You're such an asshole!
Alright, getting the last bits of asshole consulting done before Cappy ships out to the northern compound. Hey Aaron, please make a video, keep my personal information anonymous. All personal information is anonymous. I don't send it out anywhere. Matter of fact, I delete all your emails because I don't want to clog it up my email box. I would like you to do a Clarey test on Avicenna. Please inform me the cost of video, blah, blah, blah. Alright, let's look at Avicenna. I don't know who that is. It's like Madonna. Avicenna. Avicenna. Looks like he's a Middle Eastern dude. Persian. Alright, Persian. 980. So that would have been Muhammad was around. And that's what they're saying. Like, hey, you guys, join or die. Wikipedia. Okay. Avicenna was a Persian polymath who was regarded as one of the most significant physicians, astronomers, thinkers, and writers in the Islamic Golden Age. He has been described as the father of early modern medicine. Of the 450 works he is known to have written, around 240 have survived. Oh, God, that's just... The burning of the library in Alexandria, including 150 on philosophy and 40 on medicine. How did the dude have time to do anything else? 450 books, dude. I'm going to die lucky if I publish 30. His most famous works are The Book of Healing, a philosophical and scientific encyclopedia, The Canon of Medicine, a medical encyclopedia which became a standard medical text at many medieval universities and remained in use as late as 1650. In 1973, Avicenna's Canon of Medicine was reprinted in New York. Besides philosophy and medicine, Avicenna's corpus includes writings on astronomy, alchemy, geography and geology, psychology, Islamic theology, logic, mathematics, physics, and works of poetry. Alright, let's go early life. This is going to be hard to apply because you can't just say, this guy was born in Winnetka and dad bought him a brand new Mercedes. Avicenna was born in Afshana, a village near Bukhara, present-day Uzbekistan, the capital of the Samanids, a Persian dynasty in Central Asia and Greater. His mother was from Bukhara. His father, Abdullah, was a respected Islamic scholar from Bukhara. All right, point against him right there. It came from wealth. That'd be about the only, I mean, or you could have come from royalty or the church. And he came from the church or the mosque, which often were the same thing. Actually, today it still is. Oh my goodness, the separation of church and state. His father worked in the government. See, that's how he had all the time in the world to study all these wonderful things. He learned to read the Quran and literature, right, when he was 10 years old. Essentially learned all of them. He wrote an autobiography. Learned arithmetic. Wandering scholar. Because it's hard to apply, what did he major in? Well, he majored in everything, but 2 points. One, everything back in the day, so few people went to school or got formal education. What was it, the triumvirate, or the, logic, math, art, everyone studied that, and so any degree in the arts or the humanities or the liberal arts would qualify back then. But then he also does alchemy, astronomy, mathematics, and physics. So this is an incredibly educated, I would say, in the old school sense of the term, well-rounded individual, very versed in everything. So he would have been a multi-major guy, and there would have been some legitimate classical liberal arts that he would have majored in. But then he also was a STEM guy too, so he doesn't get a point for majoring in stupid crap. What did he do? Did he work for a living, or did he just, like, was he an academic? Appointment. Medieval. Just trying to figure. He turned to medicine at 16 and not only learned medical theory, but also gratuitous attendance for the sick. according to his own account, discovered new methods of treatment. Teenager achieved full status as a qualified physician at age 18 and found medicine is no hard and thorny science like mathematics and metaphysics, so I soon made great progress. I became an excellent doctor and began to treat. This guy sounds kind of arrogant. Like, 1,500 years from now, if I wrote the Great Book of Clarey and there's nuclear holocaust, it was just me sucking my own dick, and some new people found my books like, wow, this guy must have been brilliant. But yeah, it's just me saying, my God, what a fucking awesome guy I am. Treated many patients without asking for payment. So he's already working a real gig as a teenager. Adulthood. Avicenna's first appointment was that of physician to the Emir Natu, who owed him his recovery from a dangerous illness in 997. Avicenna's chief reward for this service was access to the royal library of the Samanids, well-known patrons of scholarship and scholars, when the library was destroyed by a fire. Dang it! Not long after, the enemies of Avicenna accused him of burning it in order to ever conceal the sources of his knowledge. Meanwhile, he assisted his father in his financial labors, but still found time to write some of the earliest works. Okay, so he's got real-world working experience. 22 years old, Avicenna lost his father. The Samanid dynasty came to an end in December of 104. Avicenna seems to have declined the offers of Mahmud of Ghazni. Can you just say Bob? Hey, it's Bob. It's Frank. Hey, Frank. They proceeded westwards to Urgench in modern Turkmenistan, where the vizier, regarded as a friend of the scholars, gave him a small monthly stipend. Yeah, this guy was born into it. He was born into the Blue Bloods. Small pay, wandering place in the districts, seeking subsequently settled in Ray. What did he do? Son of the last phenomenal ruler. Second son, compelled the scholar. Meanwhile, he'd also written, offering his services, new emir, later life and death. He remained the remaining 10 or 12 years of Avicenna's life, which is Avicenna, were spent at the service of the Kakuyid ruler Muhammad ibn Rustam Dush. Frank Frankenson, also known as Allah al-Dawaya, whom he accompanied as a physician. All right, so he's a general literary and scientific advisor even in his numerous campaigns. All right, so he's still a doctor during these years. He began to study literary matters and philology, instigated and is asserted by criticisms on his style. A severe colic, which seized him on the march of the army against Hamadan, was checked by remedies so violent that Avicenna could scarcely stand. Alright, so he died out in the field. On a similar occasion, disease returned. Find disease gaining ground, he refused to keep up the regimen imposed and resigned himself to his fate. His friends advised him to slow down and take life moderately. He refused. All right. I prefer a short life with width to a narrow one with length. On his deathbed, remorse seized him. He bestowed his goods on the poor, restored unjust gains, freed his slaves, and read through the Quran every 3 days until his death. He died 58 years old and was buried in Hamadan, Iran. Yes, he was born into wealth, but he kicked a lot of ass, became a doctor, and became... And you go, I mean, this is a very abbreviated taking in of this guy's resume here. Go read through it. That's the only complaint I'd have with him, is that he was born into this. But, unlike pretty much every other trust fund baby, he did not take it lying down. He did not go the easy route. He busted his ass off. And so, in other words, given the one variable of the Clarey test he can't control, what kind of life was he born into, he got the best score he, under his own steam, possibly could. Would I have liked to have a beer with him or tea? Yeah, I would. I would very much. This is a truly rare mind when you go through all the different things he's done, his various interests. Should he run for office? Yeah, he could have ran for office. The only asterisk I would put there is not if he's going to do it as a Muslim or any religious man, because there should be no separation of church and state. I'm afraid that in those days, well, I'm not afraid. I'm 100% confident that the church was the state. So under that assumption, yeah, this would be a very wise man. He'd make a very good ruler. But he kind of liked to be the adjutant and the physician, the number 2 guy, or maybe whispering into the ear of the Sultan, gained more influence than actually being Sultan himself. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.